We'll now turn to our our Democrat leader on the committee, Senator Biden.
It's happening all too often, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, thank you and good morning. The stated goal of these 2 days of hearings on the siege at Waco is, in my view, a good one. To discuss with 2 federal law enforcement agencies involved in the siege a number of important changes in policies and practices they have implemented in order to improve their operations and to reduce the possibility that another tragedy like Waco could occur in the future. But there's a big difference between mistakes and malevolence. The record of the Waco incident documents mistakes. Mistakes in gathering intelligence, mistakes in planning and executing operational plans, and law enforcement should and must be held accountable for such mistakes. What the record from Waco does not evidence, however, is any improper motive or intent on the part of law enforcement. I believe this is a very important point to make to the American public because there are a growing number of people across the country who are seizing on the incident at Waco as well as Ruby Ridge to suggest that law enforcement is our enemy. This suggestion is powerful because every federal law enforcement officer is entrusted with one of the most important powers the public bestows upon its government, the authority to investigate and prosecute violations of our laws, in particular the criminal laws of the United States. So as we examine the mistakes made by ATF and the FBI, I think it's very important that we as elected members of this government keep certain key facts in mind. First, that the ATF had a legitimate and very important reason to be at Waco in the first place. That is to serve warrants on those reasonably suspected of violating the federal criminal law. Second, that the FBI had a legitimate and very important reason to get David Koresh and the Davidians out of their fortified compound and brought to justice. The Davidians had responded to the agents attempting to serve lawful warrants by killing 4 and wounding 21. Third, that in the end, David Koresh and the Davidians set fire to themselves and committed suicide. The government did not do that. And finally, keep in mind one other fact, and that is the changing nature of criminal activity and the very difficult problem this creates for American law enforcement.